Good morning, good day, good week, old soul. Being different is a superpower. If you're an old soul, you are not like everyone else, and not in a bad way, not in a weird way, but you are timeless. You see the new fads, the new trends, the different ways that people express themselves as being cute. Oh, that's interesting. But you understand that there's some timeless values, um, being kind, being complimentary, um, being stable and strong. And that can seem weird and different to people around you. It can make you feel ostracized as if you're not a part of the community, so to speak. But what that tells me is that you're a leader. The world is full of followers, and human nature, the Bible, things have told us that we are followers. We're sheep by nature, right? But if there are sheep and there are followers, there are those who are leaders. And there's nothing wrong with being a follower, so per se. You just have to follow the right things. But in order for human progression, for us to grow and to expand and to be all that we are meant to be on this planet, we need people who are willing to be different, to try things, to push the envelope on the human experience, the human capacity to be. And I know you've never thought about it in that way, that this difference, this separation that you have from the world around you, you've always thought of it as weird, as strange, as you were the odd one out. Many of you, like myself, have had to become like everyone else. It's just easier. Like, I don't want to be like held out. I'm going to laugh at the jokes that I don't think are funny. I'm going to interact in the things that I think are weird and stupid from my perspective, but I got to be like everyone else because I don't want to be the odd one out. But I think that, sorry if I'm yelling, I think that you have to embrace your difference. Have you ever seen like trendsetters, right? They do something and they're off slightly from the rest, and then people start doing it. And you're like, what the hell is this new trend? Like, I've always thought, when was a trend where people's pants fall below their waist and their butt is hanging out? I've never, ever wanted to be that. I have it hang off the hip a little bit, but for it to be under my butt, I remember one time I saw this guy, and he had his pants like below his butt to his crotch, and he's standing there and he kept like pulling it up every 5 seconds, and I'm just like, what? Like, is that the new fidget? Is that the new, bite your fingernail to like pull up your pants constantly? Anyway, he had to run, so he's running and pulling his pants, and I'm just like, why does this make sense? Now, me now wearing my pants around my waist, I was considered weird. Like, what? Oh, you're not cool, you're not hip, you don't want to, be like everyone else. And I'm like, if this is what it means to be cool, F that. I'm not doing that. Now it swings back around, and now it's cool to wear your pants around your waist again, right? But somebody started that, right? I think it started in prison. My understanding, it was a way to indicate that your butt was accessible. Not sure about that. I never looked it up. It just always seemed like a cool way to think of it. But anyway, somebody started that, right? And that was weird at the time. And then now it became normal. It's still kind of normal to dress like a, sorry to say it looks stupid to me, right? There was a point in time where showing a lot of skin was frowned upon. Still think it's a little frowned upon, even though I'm not saying I'm against it totally. But there was a point in time in American society where wearing a bikini was like damn near illegal, right? So weird becomes the new normal. Odd becomes the new standard. And I'm not saying everything weird and everything odd is good, but I'm saying the fact that you are different is a superpower. It enables you to be a positive change in the world. Because even if it's not positive in the sense that people want to do what you do, it makes people feel emboldened to try. Well, he doesn't have to do that. Well, I don't want to do this. Now, from a leadership standpoint, it's very anarchistic. It's hard to make people do what you want if there are people in your group that are constantly not doing it. But from a societal expansion standpoint, you need these mavericks, these people that don't accept things. Elon Musk, he was not dissuaded by the fact that space was a governmental thing. And so he said, I'm going to make SpaceX. I'm going to make it so that people can travel to space. At first it's going to be billionaires and millionaires, but I'm going to make it where you can travel to space on a regular basis. Why is it limited to the government? There is no real rule that the government is the only one that can go to space. Not my cup of tea, not something I would focus on, but he's doing it. And he's doing it at a better pace with less money, with cheaper materials and efficacy than the government, who spend billions upon billions of dollars to send one spaceship up a year, or whatever the frequency is, right? He also came up with the idea of the electric car. Not my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan. I don't really care about Tesla. This is not an advertisement for Tesla. But I support people who push the envelope, not in sexual ways, not in gender ways and all this other stuff. I'm talking about in the sense that we expand the human experience and we say, hey, why can't we do it this way? Why can't we have a YouTube or Rumble where we can express ourselves and we are the hosts, where we can see people who are similar like us presenting ideas that are not filtered, that are not corporate, that are not watered down for the masses. Like, I'm reaching a very specific group of people, leaders, people who are different, people who are dissatisfied with the way things are. Not because they're anarchists. I'm not an anarchist. I don't believe in just changing wholesale. But I believe in individual freedom and that we need people who are individuals. I see society promoting individuals, but individuals in sexual promiscuity, individuals in like dress and fashion. But they're not promoting thought. They're not promoting individual expression. And this is not an indictment. If you're gay, transgender, lesbian, if you want to have sex with dogs, if you want to do any kind of deviancy, and I don't mean deviancy in a negative way, I mean deviance from the norm. Like, just let's be real. Let's stop. Let's not be, I don't want to make my channel be about that. Anything that's sexual expression, which is very important. I'm a sexual person. I'm not against it. But I think that's the base. That's not expressing who you are. You being gay is not who you are. It is a way you express love. It's the way that you have affection for others. Yes, it's a very important component of your life. But that's not what's weird to me. Like, the combination of watching love stories and Asian and foreign films but loving gangster rap and like, those are the things that are interesting to me. How do you intermix all these things? We're in a time and place where you can watch Japanese soap opera, Korean soap opera, watch Spanish novellas, be interested in all three and be such an eclectic individual with just a weird combination of things, and no one will blink an eye. But people are not being expressive about the things that they watch privately at home. And I'm not talking about pornography. I'm talking about the things that really interest us. I've spoken to many different girls. Sorry, my significant other. I don't want to I'll probably get in trouble. And all these women want to travel, but they don't want to all travel the same places. And when I ask the question of where do you want to go, it's always this, I want to go to Africa. And I don't want to go to Africa. I want to go here. I want to see, like, we don't even want to travel to the same places. Like, this is what I want you to understand. We're all different. But some differences are odd, and some differences move the human experience. They expand the human experience. So I'm saying to you, do you want to keep everything the same way, or do you want to expand the human experience? When I say old soul, you might think, I want to keep things traditional and conservative. And no, I'm saying you have an old soul in the sense that you yearn to be more than the modern. That can mean going backwards and reestablishing what is tried and true. But it could also mean going forward, what I mean by old soul is that you're outside of this time frame. You design your destiny. You light the way for others. You are a leader. Not to say that followers are bad, but I am talking to leaders. If you want to join us leaders on our journey and feel this free expression, come with us. Even followers need to be able to be individuals. How do you know what to follow if you don't know who you are inside? And you can follow multiple things. You know what I'm saying? It's not limited. I'm sick and tired of people limiting us. Oh, that's gay. Or that, oh, you're just, I don't care. I don't care. Bring it on. Bring on the comments. Bring on the stuff. I will do a video in my bed naked. I don't care. Because I'm going to represent and be the leader in this. And if there's going to be other people who copy, do it. It's all good. Because I want to change the human experience. My mission is to change the world and make it different than when I started. Better, improved. And freedom for me is that fight. And the only way to be free is to be yourself, fully whole. Not mumbo jumbo, not spiritualism nonsense, not religious nonsense, not political nonsense, not groupthink. I want you to comment below how you are different. What is that combination? What have you been called weird, odd, different about? And what do you now embrace and say, look, that's just me. I'm not hurting anybody, and I'm not blowing cars up, and I'm not being disrespectful at work, and I'm not breaking windows. I'm just expressing myself in the best opportunity that I can. And whoever has an issue with that can go to hell. Join me. Let's do this. I am done. I talked too much already. That's my oddities to talk too much, but I just get passionate about these things, and I want you guys to become passionate about yourselves. YouTube, Rumble, you are the thing. There was a phrase in Jamaica where I'm from. Don't watch we, watch yourself. Don't watch we, watch yourself. Right? I am an expression of you. I am the part of you that's been locked up, who's been told that he or she is not right, and he or she has to conform. Fuck that. Peace.